Hi all, on this episode we talk Messi with Abramovich, Lukaku from Inter Milan, is Tammy Abraham finally leaving, and obviously talk about the two pre-season friendlies between Chelsea versus Arsenal and Chelsea versus Tottenham.
God, we finally made it to the pinnacle. How long you waited for the antidote? Salute me like a 5-star general. Now strike a pose for the camera, yo, and go left to right, left to right.
Hi all, welcome to Rant Football. I'm your host, Phill. I hope you're all doing well. And on Chelsea news, well, you heard it just at the beginning, what we're going to be talking about. So let's get into the one I really don't think is going to happen. And that's the Messi news. So I've got it. There's been many sources, but the one I've just quickly found, and take it as you leave it, as I say, is the Daily Star. And obviously, as I say, I will put these in the show notes if you actually want to read the articles yourselves. Before we read it, though, could you please like this video? It just gets it out to more people. Comment below. Have a bit of banter with me. Tell me what you think's going to happen. Do you agree with me, disagree with me, and what you think of these stories. Right, so the first one, as I said, Daily Star, Chelsea chief Roman Abramovich calls urgent meeting over Messi's transfer. So Roman Abramovich might yet pull out all the stops to try and tempt a Messi to join Chelsea on a free transfer this summer, following the news that he will not be rejoining Barcelona. The six-time Ballon d'Or king had initially agreed to a wage reduction with the Catalan giants, but they have not been able to make the cuts required to afford Messi under La Liga rules. Now, the 34-year-old looked set to remain at the Nou Camp despite asking them to let him leave last summer. But in another twist, he is now on the lookout for a new club. Following interest from both PSG and Man City, Champions League winners Chelsea could yet end up in pole position as they look for a new forward of their own. Spanish outlet AS report that Chelsea have joined the race to sign Messi. They write that the earthquake caused by the announcement has led to interest of Abramovich, who has said to have called for an urgent meeting with staff over a potential deal. It is speculated that this could yet help any talks move forward, which could put their pursuit of Lukaku in jeopardy despite his uncertainty in Inter Milan. Barcelona president Laporta said that the exit, "I can make decisions that will affect the club for 50 years. The club is over 100 years old, and above everyone and everything, even above the best player in the world, we will always thank him for everything he has done for us. In order to have fair play, we need to do this or make an effort which would put the club at risk. We couldn't keep going with this, and we needed to make a decision, which we have." Before adding, Leo wanted to stay, so he's not happy. We all wanted him to stay. For him to, he has to confront reality. It's reality, you can't be changed, and he doesn't know. I wish him the best wherever he goes. While Chelsea might be keen to join the race, you could already be too late with French giants PSG aiming to secure the deal the week after opening contract talks. Yeah, no, mate, I think this is a no-go already. I think Roman's probably too slow, even though it's only a day. I think PSG have already wrapped it up. There's a rumour that PSG have booked the Eiffel Tower on August the 10th. No reason why. To me, use France's biggest icon and bringing one of the best footballing icons ever in the same place. So I think he's going to PSG. Would he have been good for Chelsea? Yes and no. I think the age thing could have been against him. It's more physical in the Premier League. He may not have been able to adapt to it. But at the same time, financially wise, he would have been a lot of wages and bonuses. I'm not stupid. But we would have made so much money on merchandise alone on him. So it would have been nice to see him in a Chelsea shirt. I mean, the man's only ever scored 2 goals in 10 games against Chelsea. One of the worst records he's probably ever had against any football club. But yeah, it's not happening, people. And as I say, I think the Lukaku deal will more likely happen. If you just want my opinion on that personally, I don't see it happening. There's no way it's happening. So anyway, let's get into the Lukaku story. Now, Lukaku, Chelsea, and Inter Milan. This is from Sky Sports. Transfer talk with Belgian striker. Chelsea are determined to re-sign Lukaku despite Inter having rejected a second offer of £85 million, which would have also seen left-back Marcus Alonso move to Serie A club. Inter are expected to agree to sell Lukaku if Chelsea offer a deal worth £102 million. What's about 120 million euros. So Chelsea and Milan were locked in talks on Friday as they tried to agree a transfer deal for Lukaku. The negotiations are expected to lead Chelsea making an improved third bid for the Belgian striker. The latest talks are centred on finding a compromise that would satisfy all parties, with cash deal paid in instalments and cash plus player deal being discussed. Chelsea would prefer a deal that includes players, while Inter would prefer a cash-only deal. Both parties were working towards a quick resolution. Premier League rivals Man City had also registered their interest in signing the 28-year-old early this year, but no offers were made as Inter showed no intention of selling him at the time. It was a very good question as Chelsea were very interested in Haaland. Who knows, they could still be interested. You could see a situation where they could try and break the bank by bringing Haaland and Lukaku. Does that seem likely? No, I don't think so. They could drag it on into next summer. Borussia Dortmund have said they have no gentleman's agreement with Haaland as Sancho's gone. So pretty much it looks like the Lukaku deal is happening. I know in the other report they said about Messi and would it happen? Yeah, Lukaku's going to happen to me. I've said it on my own personal Facebook. I have seen a lot of people not happy with this transfer. My personal opinion, I don't think they really know anything about Lukaku. I think they're still looking at the Lukaku who played for Man United, who for some reason decided to overbulk and get too muscly, and his mobility was terrible and it let him down immensely. But you just got to look at his stats, and he scores goals. He scores a lot of goals. He actually gets quite a lot of assists as well. And the biggest problem we have at Chelsea, we are making chances, we're not taking chances. We need someone up there who can take chances. Also, to me, what I like about him, he brings something different. Every Chelsea player right now we've got is tick-a-tacker, fast, turn, beautiful football stuff. Sometimes we want that physical guy out there as well, because you're not going to dominate every game against good or bad teams. Sometimes you just had a bad day and you can't dominate. And sometimes you just need to bulldoze for a defence, and he's the type of man who can do that. So for me, I think Lukaku's going to happen, and I for one am quite happy about it. So that's just my opinion on Lukaku. So let's get into the Tammy Abraham part. I was going to read an article about Tammy Abraham, but I can't. I'd rather just talk what I feel. It looks like Tammy is leaving. It's always sad to see youth players leave who come up through the ranks. There was a point the first season Frank looked in charge, we thought we've got a striker here who could be our future, and he's one of our own. Unfortunately, it's not worked out with Tuchel. He's not going to give him the game time. And we saw Tammy score against Arsenal in pre-season. He didn't celebrate. We'll get more into the Arsenal game. It looks like 35, 40 million, maybe 30 million max we'll get for him. I think it's quite short a bit of money for him. He's proven in the Premier League he can score. I'll be sad to see him leave, but if he's not in Tuchel's plans, there's nothing we can honestly do about this, unfortunately. I wish him well, and yet again, I hope he's just not one of them players who comes back and haunts us, who we get rid of at a relatively young age, and right in his prime is the best in the world. It happens so many times with Chelsea, De Bruyne, Salah, etc. So we've seen it before, so there's always that worry. But Tammy Abraham, if you do leave, thank you for everything. You're still a blue to me, and you'll always be welcome back at the bridge. Right, let's get on to the pre-season friendly games now. Now, I'm obviously talking about Arsenal and Tottenham. Now, the Arsenal game, Chelsea did win 2-1 at the Emirates. It was a good game. It was up and down the pitch. It was fast-paced. Some filthy tackles going out there as well. Goal disallowed for Arsenal, what would have been given if goal line technology was working, in my opinion. A lot of people saying offside. Couldn't really see the offside for it but myself, but okay. But Chelsea were the better team. Same problem as per normal, making chances, not taking chances. But, you know, I felt good with that win. It was a nice win. It's always good to beat Arsenal. Move over to Tottenham at Stamford Bridge, showing off the Champions League trophy in front of Tottenham fans. Classic, brilliant, loved it. Now, this is a game of what I call the 60-minute subs. So basically for 60 odd minutes, Chelsea dominated Tottenham around the pitch. Chelsea were easily winning 2-0. Ziyech scored twice. He's looking brilliant out there. Kante was back, bossing midfield. It looked very comfortable for Chelsea out there. There was a point in the first half, Chelsea must have done 20, 25 passes. Tottenham couldn't get near him. I don't think it would have made a difference if Harry Kane was out there either, and we'll get to him in a minute. Chelsea are looking very good. But yet again, chances were made and not taken. This is why I think someone like Lukaku will be brilliant. Now, Tottenham did get it back to 2-2, but this was after all subs, and one of their goals was an absolute fluke. It was a horrible deflection off Rudiger, and it just wrong for it to keep, and nothing you can do. Second one, I would have said rustiness. I thought Mendy went through his leg, but Tottenham really didn't look like anything special. This Chelsea team look like they can be going somewhere, and Tuchel looks like he's got the team playing the way he wants, and they look like they want to play for him. Now, Harry Kane. Now, on Friday the 6th of August, I just want to bring this up. I know it's not Chelsea, but it just made me giggle. Harry Kane's released a statement saying that he was always meant to be on holiday this week. The club knew it, he knew it, and he's seen all the stuff online, and he wanted to address it. Come on, Harry, come on, Tottenham. This is a PR stunt to try and save as much face as possible. I will be surprised if anybody believes this. You try to push a move through. It hasn't worked with Man City, and now you've tried to save face. The only way you're really going to save face if you do stay at Tottenham now is score goals galore for them and get them in the top 4 and win a cup, because I can see it's going to take a bit of time for the Tottenham fans. Also, if he goes to Man City, they're going to be champions, I think, and Chelsea will finish second. I'm going to say it now. If Chelsea get Lukaku, if they don't get Harry Kane, Chelsea have a very big chance of winning the title this year. So pretty much, guys, that is it from me. As I said before, like this video, gets it out to more people. Comment down below. Tell me what I've said and what you think. Let's have a bit of chat with each other. I enjoy interaction. And also, subscribe to Epic shows on YouTube. If you can't find it necessarily, just write in TF Pod, it'll come up with a big E. There's so much different stuff in here. Rant Sports is returning, and that's where loads of us get together, talk all sports, we argue, we bitch, we moan. That's adult based. Then we've got the Epic Florida Project, where me and my co-host Simon talk all things Florida in and outside the theme parks to give you an idea what is going on. And obviously you got Rant Football. Me, literally when Andrew can do it, he will do. He's about Man United, keeping you up to date with the news and then giving you chats about the games through the season. So everybody who's watched lately and subscribed, I just want to say thank you very much. Please subscribe though. We're about 3 subscriptions away from 50, I think. We'll see if we can push it there. Push us to 100, and I'll do something stupid. I'll sing Glory, Glory, Man United to make the Man United fans laugh or something. Something like that if we get to 100 and quicker as possible. If you do it before November. That's my thing. Yeah, again, guys, thank you for watching. We're a week away from the Premier League being back. Fans back in the stadium, and it's awesome. So see you on the next Rant Football Chelsea News. Phill out.